You know, with a fighter like Devin, he has an arsenal. I like to say a warehouse full of tools. You know what I mean? And we brought out the package that stops them from doing anything. You know, we shut them down. As the perfect dance partner, the perfect opponent, the perfect adversary for anybody, your favorite fighter or your favorite fighter's favorite fighter. We're ready. It's Devin Haney versus everybody.
Hey, where the hell Debo at? All that shit. Where Devin? Where Debo at? So-called Debo. Where Devin at? Where Debo? You ain't see him? Hot man. Debo! Hey, Debo! Where the hell you at, man? Do it. Hey, where is Debo? We looking for you. We on the block. Debo got hit with a brick. Y'all already know how it comes. Yeah. Debo, where you at? He scared this brick.
But I am going to tell you, he is the baddest guy in boxing, period. He's pound for pound #1 to me.
Bill Haney didn't hold back.
Bill Haney didn't hold back after Keyshawn Davis publicly called out Devin Haney, and the response has quickly become a major talking point in the boxing world. Following Davis's confident challenge, Bill Haney fired back, questioning Davis's readiness and accusing him of chasing attention instead of earning his place in line.
We were going to do in the DMs before you picked Jermaine. You promise? Remember,
you promised. You're the promoter.
Well, I got you. Listen, in the DMs, I got your word on it. All right, just stand on it. Say, look, handle that business, okay?
The tensions between Team Haney and Keyshawn Davis escalated further after Bill Haney's controversial remarks. In a recent exchange, Bill appeared to mock the fighters, even suggesting that fans shouldn't be putting their money on them.
Or is it every Hispanic or Latin fighter that Debo pulls up on starts to become a comedian? I mean, we started with Subriel Matias. I mean, he was on Jokey Joke, comedian time. Teofimo Lopez, comedian. Rolly Romero, comedian. Ryan Garcia, comedian. And not Xander Zayas, Jokey Joke. I'm asking the Latino community that represents so much in this boxing, when did everything get so Jokey Joke? And how long you gonna stand for that? They say everything except let's fight.
The comments quickly went
viral, drawing widespread criticism as many viewed them as unnecessary trash talk that crossed the line. Keyshawn Davis responded without hesitation, positioning himself as the fighter ready to challenge Devin Haney and prove his words inside the ring.
So-called Debo. You know what happened to Debo at the end of the movie? He got hit with a brick. Debo might get hit with a brick. Talk some Latins and Spanish people. Nah, don't pick on them. Pick on me. Keep picking on Craig, and you're gonna figure out what's gonna happen. You're gonna get hit with a brick. And I ain't playing. You know I ain't playing. Hit with a brick. hit. Belt. So organic, so genuine. Pick on me. I want you to pick on me. Tell Debo come this way. What you talking about? You know what Craig did to him.
Keyshawn Davis.
It sounds like a chaotic and intense scene, with someone warning that Debo, or anyone else picking on certain people, might get hit with a brick. The speaker repeatedly insists, almost playfully but seriously, that if someone wants to pick on anyone, they should pick on them instead, emphasizing, I ain't playing. The dialogue jumps between threats, calling out names like Craig and Debo, and urging the attention to stay on the speaker, all delivered with a raw, organic, and genuine energy.
Let's do it. You know, I know he's dealing with some legal issues. I don't know what happened. He said he had to turn himself in, but I believe he tweeted like, Keyshawn, let's do it.
He said that?
Yeah, but he tweeted like something like that. Yeah.
Well, you know, Bill was in my DMs. We already was talking about it, honestly, before he even hit the media. So I know it's going to happen in 2026.
And you're good going straight to Devin in your first fight at 47?
If it make money, it makes sense.
Keyshawn Davis confirms that talks are already in progress and expects a fight with Devin Haney to be set for 2026, creating the highly anticipated matchup.
What's the situation with that?
Yeah, I never f with Cuz.
Why?
Because Cuz never f with me.
On what tip?
Bro, it was like times where like, me, I was always around Shakur as an amateur and shit. So Shakur introduced me to Floyd, Devin Haney, all that type of shit. So there's a hell of times I'm around Devin Haney and we 24 fitness playing basketball, regular shit before niggas became celebrities type shit, or just who we are today. And niggas just never even looked me in my eyes. Never showed me respect. Like, Shakur always like, yo, this nigga Keyshawn, this and that third. He be like, for real? That nigga's still a kid. And like, he just never gave me my respect.
He sunned you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, big ass nigga, you know goddamn well, nigga, now I'm here, nigga. And everything Shakur been saying, nigga, I lived up to it and then some. What you talking about? And he's still, like, his father it's crazy because my beginning of my professional career, his father used to be like, oh, the businessman. What's up with you? Like, dap me up.
Tank Davis's Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney have a long-standing tension, with Davis saying Haney never showed him respect from their early days. He claims Haney has always underestimated him, never seeing him as a serious threat.
Haney has 33. Yeah, I think he should get a couple more rounds in before he go at Devin Haney. But if he feel like he can take him, let him get at him. Let him get at him.
Are you looking at it more like that 12-round experience type deal?
Yeah.
Getting the rounds in?
Get some rounds in, Get some rounds in.
When you listen to and then, there's back and forth going with them too. Devin saying that, he would like to fight, the little brother before the big brother. What's your thoughts on that? I think there was a tweet saying that Shakur, I don't want to step on Devin Haney's toes. I'm going to let Keyshawn get Devin Haney. A lot of people had lots to say about it. They're saying that, listen, they're breaking down the rankings with two to three different people, friends type of deal, taking each other's work. Keyshawn wanted a T.O. Now, Shakur got T.O. But now, because I took that work, I want you to go get Devin Haney. He's saying Devin Haney might be a little bit too big for him. What's your thoughts on Keyshawn's call out and all this talk?
Let him give him what he wants. Let him go at Devin Haney.
Tank Davis's coach, Kenny Ellis, shares his perspective on the potential matchup, saying that while Keyshawn Davis is talented, it may still be a bit early for him to face Devin Haney. He emphasizes that the issue isn't skill but experience. Haney has far more professional fights and championship-level rounds, which are crucial at the elite level. Ellis predicts Haney would likely win by decision, primarily by outboxing Keyshawn, noting that Haney is a busier, more seasoned fighter with superior ring control and scoring ability. He adds that he doesn't currently see Keyshawn knocking Haney out, attributing the difference to Haney's ring IQ and experience in long fights rather than raw talent.
He's a superstar.
You asking that question, I felt like that's what it was. But go ahead.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, I'm ready to fight anybody. So I'm going for the stars. And I know Devin Haney is the same fighter from when he was at 35. He's the same fighter when he was at 40. Now he's at 40. So he ain't nothing changed. But his weight, you know what I'm saying? I will knock Devin Haney out. Guaranteed. I just feel like, shouts out to Devin, though. You do your thing. Like, I have no problem against you, bro. But we talking business right now. I will knock Devin out for sure. For sure.
You don't think he's hitting a little harder at 47 than he was at 35 and 40 growing into that weight? That's a no.
It looked like it.
It looked like it.
It looks
to
like
us, Keyshawn.
To me.
Keyshawn Davis didn't hold back when discussing a potential fight with Devin Haney, openly questioning Haney's punching power and overall threat. Davis argued that even though Haney has moved up from the 135-pound division, he still hasn't demonstrated the kind of strength that makes opponents wary. In Davis's view, Haney relies more on technique, movement, and scoring rounds than on landing truly damaging punches, and he believes that approach wouldn't be enough against him.
A bright enough star that he'd be willing to take, because, as a businessman, risk reward. You think you bring enough to the table that he'd want to take the fight? He would take the fight?
Hopefully, bro. I hope he would take the fight. In terms of answering your question, a bright enough star, he's already entertaining me on Twitter and social media and stuff like that. So I guess he sees some money potential in this fight right here. But what I would like to do is I would like to become champion, because that just speaks for itself. Once I come to the champion with the table, you can't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody know me. People know me. I can go to the UK and sell. Like, I can go anywhere and sell. My first main event, I sold 10,000 tickets. I sell, period. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's entertaining me, because I am a star. But when I come with that world title, whether I beat Dalton Smith or I go move up a weight and beat Lewis Crocker, once I come with them world titles, it's just a different story.
Yeah, I love the fight.
And I also feel like, let the fight build too.
Davis claimed he wouldn't feel pressured by Haney's offense, insisting he doesn't see real knockout power there and could confidently walk him down while controlling the pace of the fight. He also argued that Haney's performances at higher weights haven't proven he can hurt naturally bigger fighters, noting that the extra pounds haven't translated into heavier shots. Because of this, Davis believes he could push the action without fear and eventually stop him. According to Davis, his own aggression and physical strength would be the deciding factors, maintaining that Haney has yet to show consistent finishing ability at the higher divisions, while he sees himself as a fighter who can wear opponents down over time.
Keyshawn Davis keeps savagely calling out Devin the Dream Haney, and I gotta simply ask, bro, what off at? What off at? Devin Haney fans love that A-side, B-side. Well, A-side got to send the offer. Hey, bro, but Devin got a rematch clause with Cambosos. It don't matter. Send the offer and prove that he really got a rematch clause. Say, bro, Devin Haney already announced his fight with Regis Prograis. It don't matter, bro. Send the offer and prove that he really fighting Regis. Well, Devin Haney fans, Devin should be sending Keyshawn Davis an offer, right? Right? Let me know what y'all think. Smash like, sub up. I'll see y'all soon.
Fans keep asking the same question. When will Devin Haney actually make Keyshawn Davis a real offer? As of now, no confirmed contract has been announced. Haney has acknowledged Davis as a possible opponent and even hinted that he's on the list, but timing seems tied to upcoming fights, rankings, and business decisions rather than urgency. In boxing, negotiations often move slowly, as purses, weight classes, and promotional deals all need agreement first. Davis has been pushing for the matchup, while Haney appears to be keeping his options open. The curiosity is understandable. Fans want clarity. But for now, the fight remains in the talking stage. Not yet on paper.
He fought a guy with steroids and it changed his whole career. It changed how he talked. It changed everything. So us seeing Devin Haney doing all of this with a person that had 0.1 estrogen, and we all seen that Ryan Garcia was still in there getting tired. And it's like, bro, I'm sorry, there's no other word to put this. You're a bitch. Excuse my language. That's how I feel. You're soft. You do not take your L's. You a person that been given everything all your life, a daddy's boy, making sure you've been straight all your life, and now you took your first loss. I feel like you don't really not take it. Granted, I wasn't in there fighting Ryan Garcia, but you ask me how I feel. You just took it always the suing and all that extra. I feel like, bro, you saw.
Keyshawn Davis has been unusually outspoken about Devin Haney, even going so far as to suggest that Haney is soft and not as tough as fans make him out to be. After publicly challenging Haney and insisting he wants the fight, Davis doubled down, claiming Haney's skills won't hold up once they meet in the ring. He argues that Haney lacks real punching power at higher weights and hasn't proven he can physically impose himself on bigger opponents. Comments that directly question Haney's grit as a fighter.
Keyshawn Davis goes out and dominates Ortiz, beats him pillar to post, and knocks him out in the 12th round. 11th round body shot put him down. 12th round body shot took him out. I was really impressed with Keyshawn that night. How about you?
Yeah, no, I was impressed because Ortiz was a handful. And I think that's the best I've seen Ortiz fight. We know that he's a championship spoiler, right? If you're not careful with guys like Ortiz, they can win quiet rounds, and next thing you know, you're in trouble in the later part of the rounds. This fight could have turned out that way, but Keyshawn never allowed Ortiz to play the spoiler. and he closed the show. If Keyshawn wouldn't have got that knockout in the end, then I probably would have picked apart that performance a little bit and been like, you know what, man, Keyshawn wasn't at his absolute best. He could have done this. He put it in another gear. It was a big moment, a big stage, but he closed the show, and he never let the spoiler play his role.
Keyshawn Davis has been making bold moves recently, and his dominant victory over Jermaine Ortiz is the latest proof. In his junior welterweight debut at Madison Square Garden, Davis controlled the fight from start to finish, stopping Ortiz with a 12th round TKO, the first time Ortiz has ever been stopped in his professional career. Davis showcased patience, pressure, and power in perfect balance, finishing the fight on his terms. The win not only preserved his unbeaten record, but also cemented his status as a rising force beyond lightweight, proving his skills and physicality carry up well as he moves up in weight. After the fight, Davis didn't hesitate to look ahead, calling out Devin Haney and making it clear he wants that matchup next. With momentum on his side and confidence at an all-time high, fans are now buzzing about a potential Davis versus Haney showdown as one of boxing's biggest fights in 2026.
Because, of course, the performances that Keyshawn Davis has is really more entertaining than the performance that Shakur Stevenson had. We were talking about Shakur Stevenson and Tank in the 135-pound division, but as Keyshawn kept emerging, he was already a conversation of Shakur, Keyshawn, and Davis, Keyshawn. Of course, we got Andy Cruz. They're going to be facing Moradaya on the 24th, but look like that fight is not gonna happen. The primary fight for Keyshawn Davis now, in my opinion, is Devin the Dream Haney at 147 because that's his plan. The primary fight for a Devin Haney, in all actuality, should be now a Keyshawn Davis. If Keyshawn Davis is willing to fight you and they call in and Devin Haney and Bill Haney, shout out to Bill Haney, he's done a wonderful job as a manager, is saying that they Debo, well, Keyshawn Davis is Craig and Keyshawn Davis is running towards Debo.
At 147
right?
pounds, the stakes are even higher. Analysts note that in today's boxing world, belts matter less than star power, style, and fan engagement, and both fighters deliver. Davis brings Olympic pedigree, sharp skills, and relentless pressure, while Haney offers technical brilliance and proven championship experience. Together, they set up a stylistic clash that promises fireworks. Some frame it as Davis hunting Haney, refusing to back down, with Bill Haney guiding Devin and Keyshawn eager to prove himself. The promotional build-up alone could rival any unification bout, and by summer 2026, this fight is shaping up to be one of the sport's defining moments.
So Keyshawn Davis, he stops Jermaine Ortiz in the 12th with a body shot, but then calls out Devin Haney. What's your thoughts on that? I was just listening to the Twitch. Actually, you posted up a Twitch of Aiden Ross.
Aiden Ross, yeah.
He was talking about you. He was like, "Yo, who's that dude from New York?" He was nice with it. Jaco was like, "Yo, shoo."
Yeah, that was cool. Big shout out to Aiden Ross. Hopefully we could.
But in that same live, he said, that the Keyshawn Davis and Haney, it seems like it's going to be put together. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
That's a really good fight. I do feel like Keyshawn has a great chance at, doing well in that fight. I think that Devin has the experience on his side, but Keyshawn has a lot of tricks up his sleeve, and he's looking strong. He's looking really strong his last few fights. And he made a point, I think, in his post-fight interview. Like, a lot of people not giving him credit for his last few wins. Like, he's been stopping guys that's never been stopped.
Another fan fired back just as passionately, warning that Ryan Garcia is playing with fire because making Mario Barrios angry could unleash a far more dangerous version of the champion, one fueled by emotion and ready to make Garcia feel every ounce of that fury on February 21st. Meanwhile, rising contender Bruce Carrington weighed in on Keyshawn Davis's impressive 12th round stoppage of Jermaine Ortiz and the bold call-out of Devin Haney, calling the potential matchup a truly compelling fight. Carrington emphasized that while Haney holds the edge in experience, Davis brings strength, skill, and versatility that make him a real threat at the highest level. He pointed out that Davis has been performing at an elite pace, stopping fighters who had never been finished before, including Ortiz, a legitimate and dangerous competitor who has troubled top-tier opponents. Even more impressive, Carrington noted, was how Davis looked fresh and fully in control in the final round, showcasing his stamina, ring IQ, and calm composure under
Skill.
intense pressure.
And Jermaine Ortiz is a legit fighter. Legit. And he's never been stopped, and Keyshawn did that. You know what I mean? And looked fresh in the 12th round, too. Like, you know, like, and he had total control of that whole fight against a guy that's given Teofimo trouble, Lomachenko trouble. That just shows you the type of level that Keyshawn is on. So I don't think that him fighting Devin is a reach whatsoever. Like, that's gonna be a solid fight.
Who you have winning that fight?
I genuinely don't know. I do think that Devin is a naturally bigger guy, but Keyshawn's not that small though. I ain't gonna front. Like Keyshawn, even though he's going up in weight, he's not that small. I think that's a tough fight. I ain't gonna lie.
Carrington also
believes
addressed the
that-
size difference, acknowledging that Devin Haney is naturally the bigger man, but emphasizing that Keyshawn Davis is far from undersized, especially as he continues to grow into the division. He framed the potential clash as razor close, a true 50-50 matchup where experience and technical skill could cancel each other out, leaving the outcome to be decided by who executes better under the
and
brightest lights.
unpredictable.
People might, go to Devin and go his route because, they're more familiar with Devin. And, he's as big as he is as a fighter, but that's a 50-50 fight in terms of experience and who got the deeper bag. I think naturally Keyshawn had the deeper bag.
Carrington believes
think
that
Keyshawn-
Keyshawn Davis may possess a deeper bag of tricks and underappreciated abilities that could make a showdown with Devin Haney highly competitive. Overall, he showed respect for both fighters, while stressing that Davis has the talent and tools to turn the matchup into a thrilling and unpredictable battle.